Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today it's a while for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 7 with my Tampa Bay Lightning Historical Challenge. Alright folks, so April is going to be a pretty busy month. Of course, that's very uncharacteristic of the NHL. Usually the season ends early to mid-April, but since in 1994-1995 there was a lockout, they had to make up for lost time, so April is going to be a pretty packed month here. We are holding on to dear life here for the playoffs. We are holding on the 8th spot, with Washington breathing down our necks. After that, there's some separation, so it looks like it's going to be very competitive until the end of the season. Sadly, we are not Sadly, we are not playing Washington all that much until the end of the season. We've been playing them pretty well so far, so we'll have to go ahead and see what happens. Of course, the trade deadline now is behind us, so there's no way for us to make a trade or anything like that. We have to win with what we have. I did make a few decent trades for the future, though. Pretty happy with the acquisition of Ed Jovanovski. He's not going to become a superstar or anything, but he should be a fairly decent defenseman for us within a couple years. Right, and on the injury front, we have Roger Johansson that is still hurt. Of course, he is our 7th D-man at best, and he still hasn't played a game for us. So I picked him up a little bit more as a, insurance policy in case that we have more injuries on D like we did earlier in this season. Alright, sorry, I had to clear my throat. So, we're gonna be starting April here with one home game, then we're gonna be hitting the road, and we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Alright, so Keith Primo is back from suspension from Detroit, so back in the lineup over there. Ron Francis played in his 1000th game in his career. Celebrated that with a goal against the Flyers. So Ron Francis, 32 years old, still a 5-star player, of course. Takashi Okubo is satisfied with my work. We had a little bit of a tougher time last month. We went 4-4-3. Thankfully, we had a pretty good month of February. Sorry, got confused because everything is different. Pretty good month of February, so we kind of banked on some early points here, and that's why we're able to hold on to our spot here despite playing barely for 500 in March. Alright, so we're about to play the Panthers at home. The Panthers are really not doing very good. They are 6-24-3. That's good for 14th in the East. We are 2-0 against the Panthers this season. Alright. Panthers are going to send Don Beaupre in net. We're going to go with Jeff Hackett. I really need a W here. That's a team we absolutely should and can beat. Oh dear Lord. We lost 6-0. That's not good. Alright, we were outshot 29-25 in that game. Luciano Borsato was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals. Topete was a 2nd star with an assist, and Dave Christian was the 3rd star with an assist as well. We had 13,027 people in attendance for this game. That's... I don't know what happened here. Were there any fights to report? Yeah, in the 3rd period, Adam Creighton started to get angry, so he fought Bill Eward. Wow. We lost 6-0 to the Panthers. That's crazy. Suspension over for Peter Dorisi is back in the lineup for the Panthers. So those guys are starting to get acclimated to the team. I never quite understood that part of the emails we receive. Players take years to get acclimated. That makes absolutely no sense to me. But whatever. Alright, so Lilo the Line suspension is over in Montreal, back in the lineup over there. Alright, so now we are going to be facing the Devils in New Jersey. Now the Devils are also not doing all that good. They are 9-20-5. That's good for 13th in the East. However, we are 0-2 against the Devils. I know it says 0-1-1 over there. That's because in historical, it doesn't put it right. It still puts the overtime losses as it would in modern day, which is not accurate because it's a loss is a loss. And we're playing in New Jersey. Oh boy. Alright, so Jeff Hackett lost one of his fires, so he only has one anymore. Martin Brodeur has 2 fires. He's going to be the goaltender that we face today. And can we get a W, please? Thank you. We won 3-2. Alright, a little tight game here. We will take it, especially after being massacred by the worst team in the East. We were outshot 33-29. Brian Bradley was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals. Dale Craigwell was the second star with an assist, and Alexander Karpovtsev was the third star with an assist as well. Right, so we open up the scoring in the first period. Jason Allison scored from Alexander Karpovtsev and Bill Guerin. It was 1-0 for us. Then New Jersey tied the game, and then Brian Bradley scored before the end of the period. That was a power play goal from Rob DiMaio and Sean Chambers, and it was a 2-1 lead for the Lightning here after 1. Then in the second period, the Devils tied the game. It was tied at 2 here after 2, and we went into the third period, and Brian Bradley scored the game winner from Mark Bergevin and Alexander McGillney, and it was a 3-2 victory that we desperately needed. Right, suspension for Paul Ranheim. He's going to miss 1 game for the Flames. And also, suspension for Matt Rupti. He's going to miss 4 games. Memorable night for Derek King. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals against the Capitals. The Islanders are helping us here with a win against Washington. So we still have our 2 points lead on them with 1 game on. It's really tight there. It's going to be tight until the end unless we go on a winning streak here. Brian Bellows got his 500th assist of his career, 2 assists against the Nordiques. 30 years old Brian Bellows, still a 3-star player. Right, so we're playing in Philly against the Flyers. Flyers are 16-14-5. That's good for 7th in the East. So we are trailing them by 1 point, actually. So we could leapfrog them. That would be pretty sweet. We are 2-0 against the Flyers this season. However, we have not played them in Philadelphia so far. That's our first trip there. Let's see if we can beat them on the road as well. So we're going to continue to go with Jeff Hackett here. He's going to be our goaltender. Stefan Bolagog is going to be the goaltender for the Flyers. Oh yeah, a 5-0 win, so Jeff Hackett finally gets a shutout. It happened a few times that he lost his shutout bid in the third period, but this time we might... Oh, look at that, wow. We completely outshot the Flyers 58-25. Mark Bergevin was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Alexander Karpovtsev was the second star with 2 assists as well, and Bill Guerin was the third star with 2 goals. Right, so Bill Guerin opened up the scoring in the first period from Mark Bergevin and Alexander Karpovtsev. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay here after 1. And then we scored twice in the second period. Brian Bradley scored his 15th from Mikael Anderson, and then Alexander McGillney scored on the power play from Sean Chambers. 3-0 Tampa Bay after 2. Oh, we had a fight too between Eric Lindros and Bill Guerin. And in the third period, Bill Guerin scored again from Jason Allison and German Titov, and then finally Adam Creighton scored from Mark Bergevin and Alexander Karpovtsev, and it was a 5-0 victory for the Lightning. Oh yeah, we just leapfrogged the Flyers. That is good. And now we're trying to catch up to the Islanders, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I mean, there's still a lot of hockey to be played. Right, so now we have 2 games in 2 nights going, so we're going to send Jeff Hackett against the Bruins, and then we're going to have Abby Boulin play against the Whalers the night after in Hartford. Right, so Risto Kirkinen is on waivers, and so is Sean Hill. Ready? Well, I'm going to pick Sean Hill. I don't know if I'm going to get him, but I'm picking him up. Paul Ranheim is back from suspension with the Flames back in the lineup. Alright, so we're facing the Bruins. Bruins are 9, 19, and 6. That's good for 12th in the East. However, we have not won or lost against the Bruins this season. We have 2 ties. So let's see if we can get a victor here for the first time of the season between those 2 teams. So we tied 1-1 and 3-3 against them. We're going to have Jeff Hackett in net. They are going to go with Andy Moog. Come on, another W. Come on, guys. We can do it. We lost 2-1. Pretty tight game, but ended up losing. Oh, they doubled us in shot 42-21, so they played us really good. Ken Sutton was the first star of the game. He had a goal. Jeff Hackett was the second star with 40 saves, and then German Titov was the third star with a goal. Alright, let's see here. So Boston scored in the first period, took a 1-0 lead. Then they took a 2-0 lead into the second period. And then German Titov scored on the power play from Brian Bradley and Alexander Mogilny. Brought us back to within 1 goal. But, you know, that score would hold. We couldn't win. Okay. Alright, we're going to need to win a couple more games here. So we're still 7th. No suspension for New York's Jeff Norton. Okay. Great night for Pierre Turgeon. He had 4 goals and 2 assists against the Panthers. Alright, so we did claim Sean Hill, so that's good. And Roger Johansson is ahead of schedule. Okay. Alright, so what do I want to do here? So we have 1 too many players. I guess I'm going to send Robert Zvela down because he doesn't have to clear waivers. Sean Hill does. So Sean Hill becomes our 7th defenseman, and Robert Zvela is going to go and try and improve in the minors even though he's 26. That's probably not a really good place for him, but he's one of the few that I can send down, so down he goes. I have to be more careful with that because they did fix, you know, out of the park development did fix the issue where the computer would never claim any of your players on waivers that had been there since last year's game. So now I have to be careful about that. Alright, we're about to play the Whalers. Gonna put Abby Boulin in net. Hopefully he can give us a good game here. Alright, so Hartford is 11, 19, and 6. That's good for 11th in the East. We are 1-1 and 1 against Hartford, although I think one of those was a overtime loss that's not logged in properly here. Alright. So we're going with Nikolai Abibulin. Oh, they're going with Frank Pietrangelo that has 5 fires under him despite not having a single win this season. That's interesting. So, like, he's playing well, but maybe they don't score goals when he's in net or something. Alright, we need a win. That we did not get. We lost 3-1. That's not good. Uh, oh wow, we outshot Hartford 35-19. Jeff Sanderson was the first star. He had 2 goals. Sean Chambers was the second star with an assist, and Bartolone was the third star with an assist as well. So the Waiters scored first in the first period. Made it 1-0. Then we tied the game in the second period. Alexander McGillney scored on the power play from German Titov and Sean Chambers. Tied at 1 here after 2. However, the Waiters, or should I say Jeff Sanderson, scored twice in the third period, and they run away with a 3-1 win here. So we're holding on to our playoff spot, but only by a thread, really. And we don't have a whole lot of time to digest those losses because we play a third game in 4 nights back at home against the Islanders tomorrow. So good game for Adam Oates. He had 4 assists against the Buffalo Sabres, and Roger Johansson is almost recovered. Alright, I need to put Hackett back in net. Abby Boonen really didn't play well again. We're having problems. Right, so Ken Baumgartner is available on waivers, and so is Sergei Pushkov. They're going to remain there. Alright, so easy. Back. What about here? Yeah, okay, I'm going to need to have him pass through waivers. I'm going to try to send him to Atlanta, but he might get claimed. Alright, so, the Islanders are in town. They are 19-14-3. That's good for 6th in the East. We are 2-1 against the Islanders this season. We really could use a win against them to to help close the gap on them with the points. They are 3 points ahead of us. Alright. Jimmy Waite is going to be in net for the Islanders. We are going with Jeff Hackett. He's been our workhorse this season. Oh yeah, we won 4-2. Alright, so back to winning. I like that. We were outshot 27-23, so fairly even game, I would say. Jason Allison was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Tom Fitzgerald was the second star with an assist, and German Titov was the third star with a goal and an assist. Alright, so we had 14,803 people in attendance for this game. Alexander Karpovtsev opened up the scoring in the first from Jason Allison. It was a 1-0 Tampa Bay lead. Then the Islanders scored twice early in the second period to take a 2-1 lead. And then Bill Guerin scored his 10th from Doug Crossman and Jason Allison to tie the game at 2. And then Guerin scored again late in the period from German Titov. It was 3-2 Tampa Bay at that point. And we went in the third period, and about midway into the third period, German Titov scored on the power play from Brian Bradley, and it was a 4-2 victory. All right. Yes, I know. I've put him on waivers. Did he get claim? I guess we're about to find out, huh? Yeah, he was claimed. That's okay. I didn't really have a need for him anymore. He was there just as an insurance policy. D2D. Day-to-day injury puts Jagger in the press box. Oh ho. Alright, so Pittsburgh is going to be without Jagger for a few days. 10 days. Well, that can be significant. The schedule is condensed. That's a lot of games missed. Maybe, if it's not a playable injury. Brett Hull was unstoppable. 4 goals and an assist against the Jets. Luke Robitaille had a strong game for the Canucks. He had a hat-trick against the Mighty Ducks. And Buffalo claimed Roger Johansson. All right. So, important game coming here in 2 days on the road against the Flyers. They are right behind us, 2 points behind, and they have a game on. Well, they might not after. They might not after we advance. They might have a game before we do. Yeah, and they won too, so now we're tied with them. It's so tight. Rook T. I'm not sure if that's how that's pronounced. Rich tie, maybe. Anyway, that suspension is over in Calgary. Alright, so Andreas Leipzig and Damian Rhodes. I'm gonna claim Damian Rhodes. I might be a little biased because Damian Rhodes played for the Sens in real life. Alright, so there was no stopping Luc Robitaille again. He had another hat-trick, 3 goals and an assist against the Oilers. Luc Robitaille a little bit on a tear here. Alright, so I still have Hackett and net. Yes, I do. Alright, we are fully healthy, and we are going to be playing against the Flyers in Philadelphia. They are now 17-15-6. We are 3-0 against the Flyers. We have not lost against them this season. I would love for that to continue here because we are completely tied with them. We're going to go with Jeff Hackett. They're going with Dominic Roussel in net. Alright, go Lightning, go. Oh yeah, we won 5-2. We have the Flyers number and the Capitals number too. Oh wow, the Flyers did outshoot us 37-24, but we managed to win this. Brian Bradley was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 3 assists. Alexander McGillney was the second star with a goal and 2 assists, and Mikael Anderson was the third star with 2 goals. So the Flyers scored first in the first period, and they were up 1-0. Then the second period had quite a few goals. So Mikael Anderson scored from Alexander McGillney and Brian Bradley. Then Alexander McGillney scored on the power play from Brian Bradley and German Titov. It was 2-1 Tampa Bay at that point. Then the Flyers tied the game, but then we scored 2 more goals. Brian Bradley scored on the power play from Alexander McGillney and Brent Gretzky. And then Bobby Olick from Maxim Sushinsky. 4-2 Tampa Bay here after 2. And in the third period, Mikael Anderson scored his second goal of the game from Brian Bradley, and it's a convincing 5-2 win, despite being a little bit outplayed there in Philadelphia. All right. Alright, so we're still 7th in the East here, and we are about to play the Florida Panthers in Florida. So Florida is now 7-28-3. They are still dead last in the East, and I would love to avenge that loss, that humiliating loss that we suffered at the start of the month. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. Of course, we have Jeff Hackett in net. They're going to have Blaine Laker in net for that game. Oh, yeah, we won 5-3. There you go. We outshot them 24-21, so not Jeff Hackett's best game, but we're going to take the W nonetheless. Jason Allison was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Paul Carrier was the second star with 2 assists, and Bill Guerin was the third star with a goal. Right, so Florida scored first in the first period, and then Bill Guerin tied the game from Jason Allison. It was 1-1 after 1. Then in the second period, Mikael Anderson scored his 10th from Brian Bradley and Alexander McGillney. Then German Titov scored on a power play from Alexander McGillney and Brian Bradley. Then Jason Allison from Alexander Karpovtsev scored as well. It was 4-1 Tampa Bay after 2. We looked like we were in control, but Florida scored 2 goals late in the third period to give us some sweat. It was 4-3 Tampa Bay, but Adam Creighton scored in an empty net with 31 seconds left to go in the game from Danton Cole and Brent Gretzky. That was a 5-3 victory that we needed here. Memorable night for Dale Hawerchuk, who had a hat-trick, 3 goals against the Suns. Claude Lemieux is injured for the Devils. He's going to miss 4 months, so see you next year, Claude. Partially torn UCL. A night to remember for Wayne Gretzky. He had a hat-trick against the Sharks. And Craig Janney got 600 points in his career. Got an assist against the Red Wings. 27-year-old Craig Janney, 3.5-star player. Alright, now we're back home for a couple games. We're still holding on barely to our 7th place. Gino Cavallini is available on waivers, and so is Risto Kirkkonen. No one could stop Dave Ellett with the Leafs. He had a hat-trick 3 goals against Chicago. Alright, so New Jersey is in town. They are 11-25-5. That is good for 13th in the East. I believe they did beat us earlier this month. And we are 1-1-1 against the Devils this season. So let's go ahead and get another W. We're on home ice. That would be nice. And I didn't mean to make that rhyme. It just so happened to happen. Alright, so Martin Brodeur is in net for the Devils. We are going, of course, with Jeff Hackett, the relentless Jeff Hackett, our workhorse. Alright, we need a W here. Oh, we won. Another game that's not necessarily pretty, but we won 7-5. We outshot New Jersey 41-35 in that one. German Titov was the first star of the game. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Stéphane Richer for New Jersey was the second star with 2 goals. And Jason Allison was the third star with 3 assists. Alright, so we open up the scoring in the first period. We started the game with a mission here. So Bobby Alec scored from Sean Chambers and Maxim Sushinsky. Then Doug Crossman scored on the power play from Bill Guerin and Jason Allison. Then Brent Gretzky scored on the power play as well from Brian Bradley. And then Mikael Anderson scored from Boris Mironov and Brian Bradley. It was 4-0 at that point. Devils scored to make it 4-1, and then German Titov scored his 15th from Kevin Lowe and Jason Allison. 5-1 lead here after 1 for Tampa Bay. Right, then in the second period, the Devils scored, made it 5-2. Then German Titov scored on the power play from Sean Chambers and Alexander Mogilny, made it 6-2. Then the Devils scored again, make it 6-3. German Titov completed his hat-trick from Jason Allison and Bill Guerin. It was 7-3. And then the Devils scored again, make it 7-4. So we were up 3 here after 2. Devils did score 1 goal in the third period to make it 7-5, but we finally held on defensively after that and did not allow another goal, so we won 7-5. Alright, so good night for German Titov. He had a hat-trick, as we saw. And then Petrenko is available on waivers. He's going to stay there, or at least I'm not picking him up. Alright, Dave Andreychuk has racked up 900 points in his career. Got an assist against Boston. So Andreychuk is 31. He is still a 4-star player. Pat LaFontaine extends his goal streak to 5 games. In that same game, he got a goal and an assist. And we are hosting a pretty good team. The Quebec Nordiques are going to be in town. We are 1-0 against them, however, this season. Quebec is 3rd in the East, so we did beat them in Quebec 4-1. Alright, Stéphane Fizet is in net for Quebec. We are going to go to Jeff Hackett. Oh ho ho, we won 3-0. I was expecting maybe a loss here, but nope. Wow, we even outshot the Nordiques 33-28. So another shutout for Jeff Hackett, who is the first star of the game with 28 saves. Brian Bradley is the second star with an assist, and Alexander McGillney is the third star with a goal. 15,053 people in attendance for this game. Oh, Karpovtsev might get suspended there. Yeah, he got an illegal check to the head and then a misconduct. So nobody scored in the first, and in the second period, Alexander McGillney scored from Sean Chambers and Boris Mironov. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay here after 2. And then in the third period, Bill Guerin scored from Mark Bergevin and Brian Bradley, and then German Titov with a power play goal from Jason Allison and Maxim Sushinsky. 3-0 lead. So German Titov has been pretty good for us this season. Pretty decent pickup that I did here. Turned out even a little bit better than I expected, so that's always good. Nice surprises are nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Karpovtsev is going to be suspended. Yeah, he's suspended for 2 games. Nordiques, Astley out with fracture coracoid shoulder. That might be because of that hit. So 5 months out. No, it says after he collided with the goal. Alright, so Mark Astley is out for 5 months in Quebec. And then Maxim Sushinsky improves at right defense. Looks like he's the one that slotted in on D for Karpovtsev that was out early. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and, of course, scratch Karpovtsev because he cannot play. And Sean Hill is going to draw in. Not exactly the same type of player. At least it shouldn't be. Let's see what you are. You're stay-at-home defenseman 9. No, you're going to be a crease-clearing defenseman. That's what you're the best at. There you go. Okay, so... yeah, Sean Hill is only a 1-star. He does have 2-star potential. I don't know that he's going to reach it. I mean, Sean Hill had a pretty long career, so I would think that he's going to reach his potential. Might just be a late bloomer. Okay, so need to put him on some lines now. Yeah, I guess it's only for 2 games, so I guess you can be on the second pairing here. Yeah, we just don't have a whole lot of guys that can play right now on the power play. I guess I'm going to put Doug Crossman there, even though he's, you know, declining in ability every day. I'm just making it easy. It's only for a couple games. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite me in the butt. Alright, we should be good. Then we're going to be hitting the road in a couple days to play in Montreal against the Canadiens. Ooh, that's, well, not like Ottawa has a chance for playoffs, but Norm McIver is out for 6 months in Ottawa. A ruptured bicep tendon. Must hurt. Probably hurts when you're trying to drink your coffee with that too. Steve Larmer played in his 1000th game in his career. Didn't get a point. That was against the Jets. Steve Larmer is 33 years old and still a 2.5-star player. So we are in Montreal to play against the Canadiens. They are 24-18-0. So Montreal has not tied a single time this season. 24-18. They are 5th in the East, and we are 0-2 against Montreal. You know me. I would love to at least get a win against them this season. Do we still have Hackett in net? We sure do. Oh, he's starting to be tired. Well, you're getting a break soon. Right here, you're not gonna play against Ottawa. Until then, you're gonna have to suck it up, Buttercup. We're in a playoff race here, so don't come complaining to me that you're tired. Get me, I'm being mean to my players. Alright, Jeff Hackett in net for us. Patrick Roy in net for Montreal. Go Lightning, go! Oh, we lost 5-4. Tight one, but we couldn't win. Montreal outshot us 35-29. Randy Gillen was the first star of the game. He had 3 assists. Alexander McGillney was the second star with a goal and 2 assists. And Patrice Brisebois was the third star with 2 assists. So Bill Guerin opened up the scoring in the first period from Brian Bradley and Alexander McGillney. Then Montreal tied the game, and then we scored 2 more goals. Mikael Anderson scored from Alexander McGillney and Brian Bradley. Then Alexander McGillney scored his 15th from Mikael Anderson and Doug Crossman. It was 3-1, Tampa Bay after 1. Then Montreal scored 3 unanswered goals here in the second period to take a 4-3 lead. Then German Titov tied the game from Bobby Elick. It was tied at 4, but with 30 seconds left to go in the second period, Montreal scored to make it 5-4. And nobody scored in the third, so we lost 5-4. Checking to see if there's fights or something, but there are no fights. So lost in Montreal, and we lost Adam Creighton. He is injured. Okay. How long is he hurt for? 3 weeks. Well, that's not good. Alright, so Adam Creighton hurt for 3 weeks with high ankle sprain. Okay. Bill Eward is suspended in Florida. He's going to miss 2 games. No one could stop Stéphane Richer. He had 4 goals against the Flyers. And suspension for Ethan Morrow in Edmonton. He's going to miss 2 games. Alright, so we have to take care of Adam Creighton's injury, so he is going on the injury list. We are going to recall somebody. Maybe Alex Silivanov. How are you doing down there? 41 points, that's good. Yeah, we're gonna recall Steve Urchin. Alright, now I'm gonna dress Peltonen. Is that counter-attacking forward? Is that what you're still the best at? It sure is. Okay. So we're going to put Brent Gretzky back as a center, and Peltonen's going to just go... Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't expect to have a lot of work for Peltonen there. Alright, so to kill penalties, I think I'm gonna get Mikael Anderson in there. Alright. Alright, that should be it. Peltonen not gonna play all that much. I need for him to develop a little bit more, though. Sorry, my throat is a little bit of a mess right now. Alright, so Pat LaFontaine extends his goal streak to 6 games with a goal and 2 assists against Philadelphia. That's not good for us because LaFontaine's on fire and we're playing Buffalo next. Good night for Paul Coffey. He had a goal and 4 assists against the Mighty Ducks. Right, so we're at home for 1 game, then we're going to be on the road for 3, and then back home to play the Sens late in the season. Well, as the last game of the season. Alright, so we are hosting Buffalo. They are 24, 14, and 4. That's good for 4th in the East, and we are 1 and 2 against Buffalo this season. Love a W here. Dominic Hasek is in net for Buffalo, and he's on a lot of fire there. And Jeff Hackett is going to be in net for us. He does have 4 fires, but is that going to be enough? No, it was not. We lost 4-2. All right. We were outshot 41-23. That's not good. Dave Andreychuk was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Bobby Elick was the second star with a goal. And Laurie Boschman was the third star with an assist. Buffalo opened up the scoring in the first period. It was 1-0 Buffalo here after 1. There was a fight between Rob DiMaio and Jamie Linden, so they got into a scrap there. And in the second period, Buffalo took a 2-0 lead, and then we tied the game. Mikael Anderson scored from Alexander McGillney and Brian Bradley, and then Bobby Elick scored his 10th from Maxim Sushinsky, tied at 2 here after 2. However, we kind of crumbled in the third period and allowed 2 goals. Well, one was in an empty net, and we lost 4-2. Alright, so a little bit on a skid here. We're getting Karpovtsev back, so hopefully that's going to be good. And Mark Lamb is suspended in Ottawa. He's going to miss 1 game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and scratch Sean Hill and dress Karpovtsev. Yeah, you're going to stay as that. It's mostly been working for us. I mean, we have a winning record, right? Alright, so we have this setup here. Now you are going back on the power play. Then, of course, you're playing ear. And ear, and ear. There we go. Okay, we're going to be moving in to play against the Rangers in New York. Oh, we dropped all the way to 7th now. That's not good. We need some wins. So great night for Jeremy Roenick. He had 3 goals and 2 assists against the Canucks. And Joe Nieuwendyk is hurt in Calgary. He's going to miss 4 weeks with a fractured cheekbone. Alright, so in New York to play against the Rangers, they are 23-16-5. That's good for 2nd in the East. Yeah, we really need to win a few games here because we have the Capitals and the Flyers breathing down our necks. So we cannot afford to lose more games. And then Peter Draisaitl is on waivers. Not picking him up. Kind of need a W here in New York. Jeff Hackett is going to be in net for us, and then Mike Richter is going to be in net for the Rangers. Oh, we won 7-4 against a better team. That's really good. We were outshot 47-35, so we can kind of thank Jeff Hackett for that one. I mean, he wasn't that great. He had all 4 goals, but 47 shots is a lot. So, yeah. Bill Guerin was the first star of the game. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Sean Chambers was the second star of the game with 2 goals and 2 assists. And Jason Allison was the third star with 2 assists. Right, so Mikael Anderson opened up the scoring in the first period from Alexander McGillney and Sean Chambers, and then Bill Guerin scored his 15th from Mark Bergevin. It was 2-0 at that point. Rangers scored 7 seconds later, make it 2-1. But then about 10 minutes later, Sean Chambers scored from German Titov and Jason Allison. It was a 3-1 lead for Tampa Bay here after one. However, the Rangers would tie the game in the second period with 2 goals. We went into the third period tied at 3. And there was a fight between Mark Macy and Bill Guerin. They got into it against each other. Then the Rangers scored early in the third period to take a 4-3 lead, but then we scored 4 unanswered goals. Rob DiMaio scored his 5th from Bobby Olick and Sean Chambers. Then Sean Chambers scored from Alexander McGillney and Brian Bradley. Bill Guerin scored from Jason Allison, and then Bill Guerin again completed his hat-trick from Boris Mironov and Rob DiMaio. All right. Nice game. Brian Bradley extends his assist streak to 8 games with an assist in that game. That's good. We need for our best players to be our best, especially down the stretch like this. Bill Guerin has a memorable game. He had a hat-trick. We just saw that. Bill Ewert is back in the lineup with the Panthers. Mark Lamb is back in the lineup for the Suns. And Luc Robitaille is hurt in Vancouver. And he's going to be out for 3 weeks with a strained biceps. Okay. Alright, we are in Ottawa. That's 2 games in tonight. We're going to give Hackett a well-deserved rest here. Just one in New York against a pretty good Rangers team. We are now 6th in the East with a bunch of teams breathing down our necks, so we cannot afford to lose. Especially we're playing Ottawa. They're not all that great. So, yeah. Right, so Ottawa is 12, 26, and 6. That's good for 12th in the East, and we are 1-1 against the Suns this season. Definitely need a win here. So Nikolai Abibulin's going to be in net for us. Chris Osgood's going to be in net for the Suns. And we won 4-1. All right. That's what we needed. We were outshot 31-30. Bobby Olick was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals. Maxim Sushinsky was the second star with an assist. And German Titov was the third star with a goal. Nobody scored in the first period. Then in the second period, Bobby Olick scored from Maxim Sushinsky and Bill Guerin. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay here after 2. Then in the third period, Ottawa tied the game, and then we scored 3 unanswered goals. After that, Bobby Olick scored from Rob DiMaio and Sean Chambers. Then Brent Gretzky scored on the power play from Alexander McGillney and Brian Bradley. And then German Titov scored his 20th from Jason Allison and Kevin Lowe. 4-1 is the final score. All right, that's good. Right, and Stefan Nilsson is on the waivers. Brian Bradley extends his assist streak to 9 games with an assist in that game against the Suns. And Yevgeny Namestnikov is not suspended in Edmonton. Alright, so we have 1 game left in April here, so that's going to be our 2D game. It's going to be in Quebec City against the Nordiques. Wow, we're at top of our division here. We moved all the way to 2nd in the East. That's how tight the standings are in our division. Oh, that's unexpected. I didn't expect to see that when I looked on the right side of the screen there. Alright. We're still there. We simmed the day and we're still over there. That's pretty good. Red light stays on for Craig Simpson. He now plays for the Flyers. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Whalers. And Jeff Courtnall scored his 300th goal in his career with a goal against the Islanders. So 300 goals in his career. Jeff Courtnall, 32 years old, 3-star player. All right, and we are about to do our 2D game here. Now, before we get into that, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording for just a quick second, and I will be right back. Alright, and we are back. So we are, like I said, getting ready for the 2D game here in Quebec against the Nordiques. Winning that game would give us a serious option on our division lead for the season. That wouldn't be a dunk-in or anything like that, but that would give us a pretty good shot at it. So, well, let's go ahead and do this. We haven't had a lot of success in the 2D games, though, so I'm not going to go and hold my breath or anything like that. So Jeff Hackett is going to be in net for us. Stefan Fize is going to be in net for the Nordiques. Right, always checking my options. There was another update for the game, so just making sure they're not changing my settings on me. Alright, well, let's get going. We are in Quebec to play against the Nordiques. And of course, we are the little white squares. The blue ones would be the Nordiques. Alright, we took the first penalty of the game. Alexander McGillney slashed somebody, so we are going to need to kill a penalty here with 18:32 left to go in the first period. Oh, Kevin Lowe fought somebody. Who did you fight? Owen Nolan. Alright, well, you took a good player out. I'm not going to get too upset about that. Alright, so Quebec's still on the power play here. Although it's almost over. Alright, and we killed the penalty officially. Oh, that's not good. Gusarov scored. Alright, so Alexei Gusarov scored for Quebec. We are down 1-0 here with 16:18 left to go in the first period. Come on. We can't score if we don't shoot the puck. Bobby Alec took a cross-checking penalty. Alright, so we're going back to having to kill a penalty. With 14:49 left to go in the first period, Nordiques back on the power play. Are we going to be able to kill that one too? Kind of need to. Oh, alright, tripping for Alexander Vinogradov for the Nordiques. We are going to be playing 4-on-4 for a little bit here. It should be 4-on-4 for 27 seconds. Right, 21 seconds left of 4-on-4. Okay, we're on the power play for a minute. Puck is out of play. Alright. Sad kick missed the net. We're lucky. Oh my god. We couldn't do anything with the power play. I don't even think we got a shot. Puck is out of play again. Bill Guerin got a penalty for roughing. We're killing a penalty again. Oh my god. Guys, we need to stop that. We always take a million penalties when I'm doing the 2D. Alright. Got a shot off. Alright, goalie holds the puck. Come on, win the face-off. Alright. Puck is out of play. Not sure what happened there. Alright. Alright, 6:30 left to go in the first period. We're still down 1-0 in Quebec City at Le Colisée. Yes! Alright, tied at 1. Vili Peltonen scored from Brian Bradley and Maxim Sushinsky. And we are tied at 1 with 5:26 to go in the first period. Playing the Nordiques pretty good. We were able to prevent them from scoring on the power play. Oh, dear God, that didn't take long. Scott Young from Valeri Kamensky and Matt Sundin. We are down 2-1 here in the first period with 5:12 left to go. Alright, icing. 4:45 left to go. So I looked at the standings before this 2D game, and we are in a very unique situation where we're leading our division with 2 games remaining for us, and we still have a shot at missing the playoffs. That's how tight the standings are. That's crazy. So that game is important. We kind of need to win it. Come on, buddy. Alright. 54 seconds left to go. Dang, we're taking shots, but they're being stopped. That's not good. Alright, first period is over. Hackett got 10 shots. We got 9 on Fizet, so we started kind of slow as far as shots go, but now we kind of got back in the game a little bit, but we're down 2-1, so we do need to get going here. Alright, second period underway here in Quebec City, still down 2-1 against the Nordiques. Lightning need a win here that would pretty much confirm their playoff berth. Mike Ritchie took an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. We are going on the power play. Our first true power play, like full 2 minutes. Alright. Well, we didn't do much with it, and it's almost over already. German Titov took a slashing penalty. It is over. 17:50 left to go in the second period, and we are going to be playing 4-on-4 for 26 seconds, and then the Nordiques are going to have a power play. Alright. Nordiques on the power play for 10 more seconds. Alright, we killed a penalty there. Alright, 15:40 left to go. Whoa. Mikael Anderson took a penalty. Dear God, we can't win if we take penalties every 3 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna kill another penalty. Matt Sundin took a penalty. so their power play is over. Going 4-on-4 for 42 seconds. Then, alright, we're on the power play for a minute or so. Of course, you know, we can't get the puck, so. Okay. Alright, power play over. Come on, guys. Alright, 8:56 left to go. We're still down 2-1. And we still need a W. That didn't change. Alright, icing. 7:54 left to go in the second period, sorry. Down 2-1, another icing. Peter Forsberg tripping penalty. We are going on the power play with 6:42 left to go in the second period. Come on, guys. We need a goal. Oh, Goldie holds the puck. Alright, so they cleared. We have 50-something seconds left of power play time. Oh, long shot by McGillney. Alright, power play over. We couldn't score. Puck out of play. 4:37 left to go in the second period. Nordiques still up by 1. Look at that. They have 5 guys covering Jason Allison. Matt Sundin took a eye-sticking penalty with 2:07 left to go in the second period. We're going back on the power play. Come on, guys. Wow, we got some shots, but we couldn't score. Alright, second period is over. Hackett got 19 shots total. We got 20 total on Fize. Fize playing better here. And we are down by 1 still heading into the third period. We need to open up the machine. Valery Kamensky took a hooking penalty. I keep saying we need to score on that power play, but that doesn't happen, so I don't know what to say anymore. Oh, well, that's an icing. Alright, 56 seconds of power play time left. Oh, major injury for Joe Sakic. Bone bruise. Okay. And we are 5-on-3. There was a penalty on that too. Alright, so we are on the power play. Of course, now power play is over. Alright, 15:33 left to go in the third period. Nordiques are without... Oh! Joe Sakic, and we just tied the game. Rob DiMaio scored from Maxim Sushinsky and Bobby Alick. Game is tied at 2, and the Nordiques without Joe Sakic here probably for the rest of the game. I would think it said it was a major injury. Can't play with no major injury. Tied at 2:15:25 left to go in the third. Hopefully we don't allow a goal right away like we did the first time we tied the game. Alright, Stephen Finn is on the ice for the Nordiques. Alright, 14:31, sorry, left to go in the third. Oh. Oh. God, I thought it was going to be a goal. Come on, white squares. Oh, Bobby Elliott took a penalty. That's not good. 10:27 left to go in the third period. Tied at 2. Now we have to kill a penalty. Alright, we cleared. Alright, oh. Come on. And icing with 15 seconds left to go on the Nordiques power play. Okay. Come on, guys. Not a lot of time left. The goal would be huge right about now. Maikov took a penalty with 3:58 left to go in the third period. This is a golden opportunity. Pass the puck to McGillney, somebody. That's why I made that big trade, is for moments like that, for McGillney to put the puck in when I need it. He's our only true goal scorer, although German Titov has more goals than him this season. So Titov has proven to be a good goal scorer for us, on the cheap too. Didn't have to trade the farm for him. Uh-oh. Alright, power play's over. We really didn't look very good on it. We chased the puck most of the time. Alright, third period's almost over. Keep in mind we are not getting a point if we lose in overtime. Oh, just missed the net. Oh, 11 seconds left to go. Come on, we have time for a shot. Oh, German Titov, the man, scored with 9 seconds left to go in the third period, assisted by Jason Allison. We took a serious option on that game here. It's not over. There's 9 seconds left. Whew, we won 3-2. We needed that win. We trailed most of the game, but we showed some good character here, and we won this game 3-2 here in Quebec City on the road, too. Alright, so 3-2 win against the Nordiques on the road. We outshot them 31-30. So at the start of the first period, it really didn't look like we were going to have the edge on shots there. Maxim Sushinsky, first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Alexei Gusarov was the second star with a goal. And Vili Peltonen was the third star with a goal as well. So Gusarov scored in the first period. Then Peltonen tied the game from Brian Bradley and Maxim Sushinsky. And the Nordiques took the lead. That was what, like 14 seconds later. It was 2-1 Nordiques after 1. There was that fight between Owen Nolan and Kevin Lowe. Then nobody scored in the second period, and then Rob DiMaio tied the game from Maxim Sushinsky and Bobby Elik, and then German Titov played the hero with 9 seconds left to go in the game from Jason Allison. That was a 3-2 win. And I think that that gives us a good option for the division lead, which I would have dreamed of, even at the start of this video. I mean, we were 8 and barely. Alright, so yeah, he did get hurt for 3 weeks against us. Bruised wrist. Brian Bradley extends his assist streak to 10 games with an assist in that game against the Nordiques. Right, and Don Murdoch gave us our scouting report he's been giving us all season long. Right, so we are April 30th, so let's go ahead and sim until we are May 1st, which is today. Adam Creighton ready to resume skating. That's good. And the players of the month were Wayne Gretzky and Jeff Hackett. Alright, Jeff Hackett getting some recognition here for helping his team get it into contention. So Jeff Hackett has been quietly good for us. If we look at his stats for this season and even last season he had a winning record. So Jeff Hackett was a decent pickup for us. Remember, we had, for that first season, we had Wendell Young and Pat Jablonski in net to start the season. So definitely we have upgraded in net, for now at least. Now we are May 1st. We have 1 game left, which is going to be on May 3rd. And no, I am not going to play it today. We're going to keep the suspense until the next video. Of course, next video I'm going to do that game and then the playoffs. Obviously, that Ottawa game is not going to be a 2D game. We're going to play all of the playoffs and see how we do. So let's see here. So we are assured of participating in the playoffs. Now, are we going to remain atop of the division here? That remains to be seen. If we can win against the Sens, or even tie against them, that's going to guarantee that we finish first in our division. So just getting 1 point against the Sens is going to clinch the division, and that's only our 3rd year. Keep that in mind. So I think we did pretty good progress, maybe even a little bit better than I anticipated. So of course the counterpart to that is that we're not going to get as good a draft pick, so we'll see. Really tight standings there. The Islanders are hoping to sneak into the playoffs, and oh my god, it's so tight. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and save the game, and we're going to look at the standings in the West as well and everything. Alright, so we are atop our division, but it's so tight. Look at that. Of course, not the Devils and the Panthers, but look at that. 4 points separate the top 5 teams. That's not a lot. Alright, so then in the West, we have Dallas, the Kings, Chicago, St. Louis, Vancouver, Toronto, Detroit, and Winnipeg. And the worst team in the league is still the Sharks. So Sharks not doing all that good. They are good in net, but nowhere else. Alright, so let's take a look at our stats a little bit. So that team here, believe it or not, that team has a chance of clinching the division. Alright, so Brian Bradley had a good month. He now finally went over the point per game pace, so he is 51 and 47. McGillney is 46 and 45. German Titov was he is a nice story. We picked him up on the cheap. 37 points in 47 games, 21 goals. He's our best goal scorer. 30 points in 47 games for Bill Guerin, and then our best defenseman is Sean Chambers at 29 points in 47 games. Jason Allison also had a decent month. Alright, now in the entire league. The best goal scorer is Owen Nolan with 33 goals. The best passer is Mario Lemieux with 46 assists, and the best player is Mario Lemieux with 75 points. All right. Yeah, we don't really have many leader in anything. We do have Brian Bradley with 35 assists. He's 10th in the league in that category. So doing pretty good. 16 goals, 35 assists, 51 points. Alright, goalie leaders. Now let's see what we have here. So mostly checking this here. So the save percentage, Hackett is 9th with 919, so that's pretty respectable. Keep in mind, Hackett doesn't have that great of a D in front of him. And I know that, typically the save percentage, it's kind of iffy because of your D. I mean, a good D is going to keep shots from the outside, so those shots are a lot easier to save and everything. So given, the whole situation of my team, I'm pretty happy with Jeff Hackett as my goaltender. He's been playing pretty good. Alright, so we're looking good. Very good indeed. And keep in mind, with a win or a point against Ottawa, we are assured to finish second in the East. I'm going to save again. I know I did already, but I'm going to do it again just because. Alright, so as usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in. And if you've liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, and all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.